The 2026 USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 Destroyer is one of the most futuristic and advanced warships ever built for the United States Navy. Even years after its launch, it still looks like something from a science fiction movie rather than a traditional naval vessel. With its sharp angular body, stealth-focused shape, and next-generation combat systems, the Zumwalt was designed to redefine what a destroyer could be. In 2026, this warship remains a symbol of innovation, power, and cutting-edge military engineering. While many people are familiar with aircraft carriers or submarines, the Zumwalt stands in a class of its own because it combines stealth, automation, heavy firepower, and modern electronics into one highly capable package. At first glance, the most striking thing about the USS Zumwalt is its appearance. Unlike older destroyers with visible towers, radar equipment, and traditional hull shapes, the Zumwalt uses a tumble-home hull design. This means the sides slope inward as they rise, creating a sleek profile that helps reduce radar detection. Instead of bouncing radar signals back toward enemy systems, the ship's surfaces scatter them away. In simple terms, this massive warship can appear on enemy radar with a much smaller signature than you would expect from a vessel of this size. That alone makes it one of the most unique destroyers ever created. The ship stretches to around 610 feet in length and displaces roughly 15,000 tons, making it larger than many traditional destroyers. In fact, it is closer in size to some cruisers. Yet despite its large dimensions, the Zumwalt was built to operate with a significantly smaller crew than older warships. Automation plays a major role here. Many systems that once required large teams are now managed digitally through integrated controls, advanced sensors, and networked computers. This reduces manpower requirements while increasing efficiency. For the Navy, that means lower operating costs over time and more streamlined mission management. Powering the USS Zumwalt is one of the most advanced propulsion systems ever installed on a naval combat ship. Instead of a conventional mechanical drive setup, it uses an integrated power system. This means the engines generate electricity that can be distributed wherever needed across the ship. That electricity powers propulsion motors, onboard systems, sensors, weapons, and future upgrades. This is extremely important because modern naval warfare increasingly depends on electrical energy. High-powered radar, electronic warfare systems, and future directed energy weapons all require enormous amounts of power. The Zumwalt was built with that future in mind. In terms of speed, the ship can travel at over 30 knots, which is impressive for a vessel of its size. It also has the endurance to operate across vast ocean distances without needing constant support. That combination of speed and range allows it to deploy quickly, patrol contested waters, and support long-term operations far from home ports. For military planners, mobility is everything, and the Zumwalt offers a strong balance between power and reach. When discussing combat capabilities, the USS Zumwalt becomes even more interesting. The ship features a large number of vertical launch system cells integrated around the hull. These launch cells can carry a variety of missiles, including surface-to-air missiles for defense, land attack cruise missiles for striking targets far inland, and anti-ship weapons for engaging enemy vessels. This flexible weapons layout means the Zumwalt can adapt to different missions depending on what is loaded onboard. It can defend itself, support ground forces, or attack hostile fleets. One of the original highlights of the Zumwalt program was its pair of advanced gun systems mounted at the front of the ship. These were intended to fire precision-guided long-range projectiles to support troops on land from offshore positions. The concept was revolutionary because it would give the Navy artillery-like strike capability from sea. However, ammunition costs became extremely high, leading to challenges with the original mission concept. Even so, the guns remain a symbol of how ambitious the Zumwalt program was. They showed that this destroyer was designed not just for traditional naval combat, but for reshaping how naval firepower could be delivered. By 2026, one of the biggest talking points surrounding the USS Zumwalt is its transition toward hypersonic missile capability. The U.S. Navy has been working to integrate conventional prompt strike weapons, which are designed to travel at extremely high speeds and strike targets over long distances. If fully operationalized, this would transform the Zumwalt into one of the deadliest precision strike platforms at sea. Hypersonic weapons are difficult to intercept because of their speed and maneuverability. That gives the ship a major strategic advantage in future conflicts. Another major strength of the Zumwalt lies in its sensor and combat systems. The ship was developed with highly advanced radar and battle management technologies that allow it to detect threats, track targets, and coordinate responses rapidly. In modern warfare, information can be as important as firepower. The ability to see first, decide first, and strike first often determines victory. The Zumwalt's systems are built around that principle. Its digital architecture also allows future software and hardware upgrades more easily than many older ships. The stealth characteristics of the ship are not limited to radar signature alone. The design also aimed to reduce infrared and acoustic signatures. In practical terms, this means the ship is harder to detect through heat emissions and underwater sound compared with conventional warships. That matters when operating near hostile submarines, aircraft, or missile systems. Every second of delayed detection can improve survivability and mission success. Inside the vessel, the USS Zumwalt reflects modern naval living standards more than older warships. Automation reduces workload in some areas, and digital systems streamline many operations. Crew spaces were designed with lessons learned from previous generations of ships. While life at sea is never luxurious, the Zumwalt represents a more modern environment than many legacy vessels. Better ergonomics, improved workflow, and smarter system layouts all contribute to crew effectiveness during long deployments. Of course, the Zumwalt program has also faced criticism over the years. The ships were expensive to build, and only a small number were produced. Originally, a much larger fleet was envisioned, but costs and changing priorities reduced the program to just 3 ships. Critics argued that the Navy could buy more conventional destroyers for the same money. Supporters countered that the Zumwalt introduced technologies that would shape future warships. In many ways, both sides are correct. It is expensive, but it is also a technology pathfinder. That is what makes the 2026 USS Zumwalt so fascinating. It is not just another destroyer. It is a glimpse into the future of naval warfare. Many of its concepts, integrated electric power, reduced crew size, stealth shaping, modular combat systems, and next-generation strike weapons, were ideas likely to influence ships for decades to come. Even if some original plans change, the platform continues evolving. From a design perspective, the ship still turns heads wherever it sails. Few naval vessels attract as much public attention. Its angular silhouette, hidden equipment, and low-profile superstructure make it instantly recognizable. To casual observers, it looks almost alien compared with traditional fleets. That visual identity alone has made it famous around the world. For the average viewer wondering why this ship matters, the answer is simple. The Zumwalt represents how militaries prepare for future threats. Instead of relying only on older designs, they experiment with new technologies, new shapes, and new weapons. Some ideas succeed immediately, others take time, and some get reworked. But progress often comes through bold projects like this. If you compare the Zumwalt to older destroyers, the differences are dramatic. Traditional ships focused on proven mechanical systems and visible hardware. The Zumwalt emphasizes hidden strength, less visible radar return, quieter operation, integrated digital controls, and room for future weapons. It is less about looking powerful and more about being smart, elusive, and deadly. In 2026, the USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 stands as one of the most advanced and controversial warships